Well, we've talked to you before about the wonderful Claire Trevor School of the Arts up there at UCI, and today we have on the chair of the drama department, Gary Busby.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
Likewise.
Yeah, great to have you here. And we have somebody who's going to be your guest director for an event coming up, Andrew Borba. Nice to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
And the project that you're going to be directing here is called Woyzeck.
Woyzeck.
Woyzeck, all right. And it's March 5th through March 13th. First of all, tell me about that.
Well, it's a play that was originally by George Buchner, the German playwright that was written in the early 1800s, 1836, 37. And it has become a real centerpiece for the drama around the world. Many people think it is actually the beginning of modern drama.
Really?
And it has a wonderful stage history in that most people, it's very fragmented, but because it actually wasn't completely finished before he died. But what's so interesting about it is that there are these pieces in this play that not only lead us into modern drama in terms of subtext, in terms of psychological investigation of the characters, but it's also, not surprisingly, it is so sparse in what it is, it reveals itself to being, it feels like it was written yesterday.
Wow.
It's really an incredible piece.
Is it about a person, I look at the poster here, and just by judging it, is it somebody who has some sort of psychological problems or schizophrenia, or you mentioned fragmented?
Yes,
the person
very much so, very much so. Woyzeck he's a soldier in the army.
Okay.
And he has, without giving too many spoiler alerts, he has an emotional breakdown.
Okay.
And much of the investigation is what is the cause of that emotional breakdown. And Buchner is taking a look at what was then the beginning of the industrial revolution, but also as it pushes into our world. And it's very, this is not a museum piece. It's not a history piece at all.
Is it kind of updated?
It's very updated.
Okay.
We're using a translation that was written a few years ago, and we have been, because it is that, we've been here and there nipping and tucking to make it feel like it really is taking place today. Because I think it's, anytime you do a play, it has to have you have to have a reason to do it today.
Yeah.
But this one particularly is speaking to us today, because it has to do. He's taking a look at religion. He's taking a look at medicine and science. He's taking a look at the military. He's taking a look at entertainment and how society affects and arguably dehumanizes the individual.
And Gary, of course, today we're looking at that. We have been for several years now, but I think even more so of the last year and a half, with the way technology has progressed a lot. I would say major in just the last probably 18 months comparatively. Is that why you pick out the place? Am I right?
Right. Well, the faculty, we've come up with a way to sort of theme our seasons, and this year the season is called Care, Cure, and Corruption.
Right.
And what we're looking at is on the somatic level, the psychological level, and the community level, health and illness. And so this play is sort of steeped at investigating community illness and what a community does to the individual. So we're really trying to find in all the plays of the season ways in which our culture is being activated or deactivated by interaction. So I was thrilled to bring Andrew on to direct this play, because it's a difficult play. There's an opera, Woyzeck, which is this play spawned.
Oh, okay.
And so there's conversations happening all around the campus about the play itself, and I think it really is a thinking person's play. It's been done time and time again. It's one of those pieces that if you're an aficionado of the theater, you go to, because you can see this play. It's not very often done in this area, hasn't been done a lot, so we've got great talented actors, a brilliant director, great scenic and costume design that's going to really pop and make the story come open for
Are there
the
many
audience.
actors in this? Because when it's explained, it almost sounds like it's a one it's a one.
It is, but we also need the
show.
society to revolve around him, so actually quite a few actors. And I would say too, one of the things that's most exciting to me about this is that the Irvine actors, the UC Irvine actors, are extraordinary. And I'm sure you all know this, but it's one of the best training programs in the country. And my experience working with these actors has been as good or arguably better than it has been working with professional actors, because they are, well, and the truth of it is, here's the actual pitch, is that they need to come see this now to see the stars of tomorrow, because those actors are extraordinary. Blake Morris, who's playing Woyzeck, is going to be a big star. And they should come see him now, because the other thing is, there's nothing in the way. They're here for the play and for the work, and so we've created this ensemble that is really sort of moving this play forward in a really profound way.
You would know, because you've been. I'm looking at some of your credits here. We mentioned earlier when I was talking to you, you were in Interstellar, Straight Outta Compton, NCIS New Orleans, and Aquarius, and Shameless. And of course, you're teaching at UCI. As far as picking out the actors, are they in the drama department there, or do they need to audition? How does that come about?
All of the actors are in the department.
Okay.
We do, at the very beginning of the school year, we do what we call our mega auditions, and we audition literally the entire department.
Okay.
And we place them in the shows. They get called back for multiple shows, and then we figure out this which Andrew, when he came in, he's like, how do you people do this? Because it's a very complicated matrix of which actors need to go in which shows because of their schedules, and what's right for their trajectory in their training program.
So do they need to audition just to get into the department?
Yes.
They do? Okay, so they had to have some good background just to get in there.
Our graduate actors, it's an all audition program. Our undergraduate actors, and there's a couple of undergrads in the program, come to, it's not an audition program, but they audition for all of their classes that they get into.
Wow.
So one of the things that we believe is, since Andrew can tell you, the work of the actor is auditioning. I mean, it's not actually performing. Your work as an actor is auditioning. So one of the things that we train them with is constantly learning the technique of auditioning. So I think it's one of the reasons that guest directors find it so joyful to work with our students, because they're trained in a way that sets them up to be professional level workers. You know.
And Andrew, I know I've talked to you about this before, Gary, is that when people think of UCI, they don't generally think this is an acting school. You usually think, someone just said, what's UCI? What's their main thing? They're going to think, oh, the sciences, their wonderful research department, sort of the Stanford of Southern California in a way. But the drama department has a rich history there, right?
Very rich history, and that's why I say, you say that, and I'm, as a man of the theater and of film and television, I'm thinking, well, we think of UCI that way. And the rest of the country, within our particular pursuit, does think of it that way. But you're absolutely right. Much of it is about getting the word out so that people know that there's this gem here, down here in Irvine, that is really extraordinary. It's one of the best training programs in the country.
And I gotta tell this to Gary, that my nephew, who's done a lot of acting, he's a junior now up in San Mateo. He's going to consider UCI. He's going to be coming down here in a while and take a tour. So maybe I'll have him talk to you.
Connect him to it.
I will,
Yeah, have him sit in on classes.
I would love that.
That would be great.
I want to, again, tell you about Woyzeck. Did I pronounce
Woyzeck,
that?
you got it.
All right, running March 5th through March 13th. And this is at UCI. What theater is it?
It's in the Claire Trevor Theater.
Okay, in the Claire Trevor Theater. I know sometimes use the Barclay as well. And to get information on that, go online to arts.uci.edu, and then from there you can get the information about the tickets. You can also call them at 949-824-2787. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
I really appreciate it.
All right, thanks for having us on.
All right, we will be back in just a moment.